Okay guys, I got a quick video for you on a Kobalt small hobby tool kit that went on sale a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago. One of my kids spied this over there at Lowe's, and it was half off, and so I had him go ahead and pick me one of these up. Normally these are 50 bucks. It's the 73 piece Kobalt tool kit. I wouldn't pay 50 bucks for it, but since they were only 25, I think it was a good investment just for the bits you get. And so it comes in a zippered pouch, your bit kit, and then some other tools comes in this case. The bit kit I think is worth the 25 alone, because it's got a magnetic top on it, as well as a magnetic back that's supposed to help keep it in place, but it don't really work that good to keep it in place. And so these smaller Torxes, these are the ones that you would use on a cell phone, small pocket knife clips. These guys are the ones that are special. You got a T6, T16, T17, 18, 19, 110, 115, T3, T4, T5, T10, T15. So these smaller Torx are handy when you need them. This bit kit also has some of the Allens, your 4, 4.5, 5, 6. Up here you got your 2, 2.5, and 3. These bits are kind of unique to the kit as well. This isn't something that'll go on a normal bit chuck. They're pretty small, and so they give you this extension handle that's magnetized. That fits in there, and then this extension handle fits in your actual screwdriver handle. These are hex sided instead of round, so you get a little better grip, but I would not use this to torque. This is mainly just to get things tightened up, and these smaller ones anyway, you'd probably torque them down as much as this handle's good for. It's got a swivel back on it, so it'll turn on your palm for comfort instead of driving a blister on your palm. But this bit kit I think is worth the 25 bucks. It also comes with some of your smaller metric nut drivers. You got your 5, 4.5, 4, 3.5, 3, and 2.5. This 2.5 is handy for when I work on my model airplane stuff. Some of the servo components on the servo arms take nuts that are this small, and so you don't find this size in your average small toolkit, and so it's good to have those. This kit also comes with some other accessories. You've got a nipper or nibbler side cutters here. I think these will work for light duty. I wouldn't put a lot of stress on them. You've got some different tweezers. I got these protective tip on them. Again, these are probably some light duty tweezers. The tips are really fine, so you can really grab some small stuff on there, and
they have points on them.
Yeah, they've got some nice fine points on them for doing some delicate work, if you need to do some delicate work. The other set is a curved. Anybody that's into micro soldering, this is the kind of stuff you use for micro soldering, and so they'll be handy for that down the road if I got to do some soldering on some small stuff. I wouldn't use these for normal bolts and nuts as far as trying to hold them in place while you're attaching the nuts to the backside. But they'll work good for small stuff. You also get kind of a small pry. This to me looks like it'd work really good for a dirt bike helmet, snow machine helmet, you know, taking the visor screws out. But it is a small pry for prying whatever you might need. Again, not for heavy duty use, but if you need some light pry work, I think this will work really good for that. You get a ratchet. It's kind of a really light duty ratchet. With the ratchet, they also give you one of these adapters. Now this has a normal size receiver for a normal bit, your 1/4 inch, and so that fits in there, and then you can put any of these smaller bits into that ratchet and use it. Pretty rough feeling. Again, I wouldn't put a lot of torque on that, probably break it, but for small stuff, light duty, I think it'd work fine. You also get in the kit, they give you a little hobby hammer, a soft end, pretty hard plastic, but you can use it for areas where you don't want to mar metal or threads or that kind of stuff. And then you got the steel side to it. You get a pick. Now these items also fit in the handle that they give you. But if you look at them, you know, these aren't hex sided, and so they're round. So you got more of a chance of these slipping out than you would the other ones. And so again, light duty use. But if you got to pull some springs, I think this will work for hobby use. Pulling springs off an exhaust header on a nitro motor or something like that, if you got enough room for something that big. You also get a fine punch that'll fit in there if you got to punch some holes in plastic or mark wood for drilling. I think that'll work real good. This is also a plastic end cap on the screwdriver, so you don't really want to be hammering on that. I think you'd mess that up pretty quick. It gives you a set of 5 open-end wrenches from 4mm on up to, I believe, 6mm. 5mm. No, that is 6. My eyes are bad. But you got 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, and 6 on these open ends. You get some files. These files are handy. I've needed files in the past and not had them with me, and so now I carry a set of files with me. But you get a nice double-sided flat file. You get a contoured and flat side file, and you also get a 3-sided file. And so depending on what you need done, I think you got the files covered. I think these will work.
Can you hold that file over the side so I can see it?
3-sided file. It also gives you some more nut drivers. These are 6-sided. And so you have a little bit more area for putting some pressure on the nut driver. They don't put the sizes on these though, and so you got to kind of figure out what size you're working with. I know that the largest one is 8mm. It works on my dirt bike plastics.
And you sanded the tips off, right?
Yeah, this one here is I believe is a 6mm. I took the coating off the sides of these, just trying to find some numbers on them, kind of polished them up, and there's just nothing written on them, not on the sides or the shafts, so you got to figure out what those are. I thought they might correspond to these open end wrenches, but they don't. Largest open end is a 6, your large nut driver is an 8, Like I said, I believe this one's a 6, and then you go down from there, whatever increments they chose to give you. But all in all, I think this kit is pretty good for a $25 kit. I don't think you can go wrong. $50, you know, I probably wouldn't pick this up. But for $25, I think you can't go wrong, especially just for the bit kit. You get a lot of specialty bits in here, and they're the smaller specialty bit kits. And so some of the hard to find ones. And so just for that purpose, I think it's a good bit kit to get. I'm not going to go over all the bits, but you can look online and see what you get there. See if your local Lowe's stores has these on sale still. If you want to pick one up, I think it'd be a good investment to throw in your hobby toolbox. Probably come in handy from time to time. Anyways, just some information I thought you could use. Hopefully it helps somebody out. And thanks for watching.